What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This afternoon we are out here on the kayak trying to see if we can't get on some fish. We are exploring some new water, so y'all hang around and see if we can't get on anything. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I ended up not putting on my fish finder today just because putting it at the boat ramp where I was at was a little more chaotic than I thought it was gonna be. So I decided not to mess with putting on my fish finder. Well, when that happened, I also took away my GoPro mount that I normally use. So today, unless we get onto something massive, we're gonna be sticking with the first person view of the chesty. That's what I have with me. And so hopefully we get on some big fish. And if we do, I may take it off the chesty to kind of show you guys what's going on, but hopefully y'all will be able to see enough from that view to be able to see what we're getting in, and hopefully we can get on some fish this afternoon. So y'all hang around. So guys, I'm gonna be honest, this is the first time I've fished on a lake that allows actual motors, so it's actually quite interesting. I'm hugging to the side so I don't run into any issues, but there's a lot more wakes than I remember, seeing that I've only fished places where they only allow electric motors. These outboard motors definitely put some more juice to it, so it's going to be interesting. But that's what we get when we start trying to explore some new waters. So, all right. So right now we're throwing this little jig. It's a little weighted jig. It's got a little weedless guard on it. We're just kind of bouncing this along the bottom to see if anything wants it. We also have a little crappie jig still tied on from the other day when we were fishing, so we may throw that up here in these little coves. Right now that's what I'm fishing. We're fishing up into these little coves around some trees to see if anything wants to bite. Still seems to be pretty deep back here, so we're just kind of tossing around these trees to see if there's any bass or any fish hanging out close to them. All right, so y'all have seen me throw this quite a few times. Just a little crappie jig, little spinner, little soft plastic with a little weighted head. We're gonna give it a try, see if anything wants it. So today the weather's a little overcast. We got some storms blowing in tomorrow. So I wanted to get out here and kind of see what the fishing was like before the rain rolled in. I'm supposedly gonna have a pretty rainy week this upcoming week. Oh, we got one, y'all. Let's see what it is. Oh, look at this crappie, y'all. Holy crap. Look at this thing. The crappie jig paid off. Look at that. That right there is a beautiful fish, y'all. Let me get him unbuttoned and I'll show him to the camera a little better. All right, calm down, buddy. All right. Guys, that is a beautiful fish. Crappie are bass. I love to catch them because they fight so hard, but Crappie are one of the most beautiful fish I have ever seen. They're slippery, but so beautiful. Look at there, y'all. That guy is, I can't even keep him in my hand. That is a beautiful fish. He is a solid crappie. Beautiful fish. All right, we're gonna get him back. He does not want to stay in my hands. I did not bring anything to keep fish because I was just kind of exploring to see what we could find. If I had something to keep him, that would be going in on the stringer. We're gonna get a release on him. Off he goes. Beautiful fish, y'all. So like I said, we are just floating back in here into these little coves. I'm trying to honestly stay out of some of this boat traffic because I'm not the biggest profile on the water, and some of these boats are kind of ripping through here. But what we're doing is we're kind of cruising through these coves. This is the first cove I've been to, and so far we're in the first cove and we've caught one fish. So if we keep that up, hopefully we'll be doing well. But we're just kind of slipping in here. Back in these coves, there's some trees that are down. And I'm just fishing up along these trees because that's where I've found that the fish like to kind of hang out. So that's what we're doing. We're just fishing along these banks. All right, so on this little cove, we caught that one crappie, and so far I've lost 2 of my crappie lures. So did not disappoint, but when you're fishing those open hooks around tree structure, you're bound to lose at least a few lures to snagging them on the tree when you think you got a fish. But all right, so since we're exploring, I'm not gonna hang around too long in one spot unless we just absolutely start slaying them. But we're gonna work our way around to the next cove and see what we can find over there. Y'all, sorry for my bare toes in the video. For some reason I wore my boots coming out on the kayak, and well, I really wasn't thinking, so they got wet, which is normally fine, but they're also really heavy, so I took them off when I got on the kayak. But because of that, y'all get to stare at my beautiful feet for this video. Guys, I don't know what just happened. This bass just came up and destroyed my lure. I just had it trolling behind the boat, and I didn't even, I literally just laid it in the water. Holy crap, guys. I cannot believe that just happened. Like, I mean, no joke. I literally had just thrown it in the back. Sorry, let me readjust my paddle. I had thrown it in the back to paddle to the next location, and I guess I'm in some shallow water right here. So I guess he saw it, and just all of a sudden my pole went crazy, and this is what I got. Let me paddle back, guys, and I'll show him to you. The wind's pushing me into this little cove here. So I was on this rocky point. I was coming around and it was shallow, and I could see on the bottom that it was rocky. And so I was just throwing this little jig, bouncing it along the bottom. And so literally I was getting ready to move to the next location. So I threw it and left it floating in the back on the water, and it must have floated to the bottom. And that's a nice bass. I mean, I can't complain. That's the biggest one I've caught this year so far. But look at there. What a beautiful fish. He is almost to my elbow. So, beautiful bass. Well, guys, that means we're one fish away from the farm pond slam. We'll see if we can't find a brim, but that's fish 2 for the evening. Fishing that rocky point there. But this one was an accident, I'll be honest. I don't know what happened, but I thought they might be on that point, but I didn't see anything. But once I just threw my pole back there, he decided he was going to take it while I was kind of trolling. So, beautiful fish. We'll get him back, guys. Let's get him back. Here we go. Off he goes. Beautiful fish. Well, everyone, that's going to be a wrap for the video today. We got out here on the lake, explored some new water, did not have a bad time. We ended up landing 2 fish total, that 1 bass that surprised me, and then also that crappie towards the beginning of the afternoon. Neither one of the fish were really small. They were really they were both great sized fish, especially for not ever fishing this body of water. This will not be the last video y'all see out on this lake, but with that being said, we're gonna wrap up this video and head to the house. But guys, just remember, if you guys like the fishing, hunting, outdoor cooking style videos, we definitely have a lot more planned for this upcoming summer, along with our beach trip that we're going to be down on the Gulf Coast in Alabama fishing for about a week and a half. And so we're looking forward to bringing you along with us on that journey as well, as we go and try to hook into some big fish down in the saltwater and on the surf. I hope y'all will join me for that. But if you're looking forward to those style videos, make sure to smash that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. That way y'all get notified next time I post a video. But that's it. And as we close, as always, I want to remind you all, no matter what y'all are doing in the world, whether it be outdoors or something else, just remember to be all in. We'll catch you in the next one. See you guys.